Pro wrestling fans, what up though? Make sure to hit all them buttons, man. I need your guys' help. Rock with me. Come talk pro wrestling with me. Bret Hart back in the news. Some outstanding news for the Hitman and fam. And I just had a video up that I was really loving engaging with y'all about Bret Hart and Triple H and just, you know, his recent comments and flat out disdain for Triple H. Like, let's not put it lightly. Bret Hart does not fuck with Paul Levesque, whatever the fuck Triple H government name is. He don't respect him. He wants no parts of him, and he made it clear, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be dramaed up because we're going to get to that news, but we had a good conversation going in the comments, man, and the damn YT system, you know, the corporate giant that is now TKO and, you know, all those entities tied to them clip me, man. But at least in the pro wrestling world, they just block it. You know, they're like, hey, there was some C with the circle around it, clips in your ish, and, you know, we're gonna X-nay you on that one, man. And it's so wild too. Like, I'm not crying about it, as I'm very familiar with that type of system on this YT platform, but you know, like in the pro wrestling world, it's a bit more stricter. But it's wild how some of the larger platforms don't seem to run into that problem at all. But then you have like Conrad the mortgage guy, who at one point was doing direct biz with WWE on the network and everything, and they'll still clip him sometimes on his streams and stuff like that. It's wild, man. Tap in, everyone out there, if you've ever ran into that and what your thoughts are. But yeah, we had a good convo going about the Triple H one. I don't know if I should re-upload it another way or just leave it be. But yeah, he made up with Shawn, Vince, but Triple H, no love. Fuck that guy. Very intriguing. So I'm just saying, I need your guys' support to break on through. This is my second time around. I had another pro wrestling channel that we were almost up to that 1 Kizzle mark, and I got locked out of it, and it was still sitting idle for a long time, but now it's gone. So just do me the solid and subscribe and engage with me, and come talk pro wrestling, man. I got a lot of plans for this channel, but it's all incorporates talking with the good people out there in the blogosphere that love pro wrestling, old, new, everything in between. But with Bret, with this great news, you see it's in regards to the Hitman's fam. His daughter has seemingly, she beat it seems, the way he's referencing it, right? He says, I'm so immensely proud and joyful that my daughter Jade has triumphantly battled breast cancer with the courage and strength that will always define her. As a cancer survivor myself, I can't begin to express how grateful I am that my beautiful daughter Jade has won her fight. She proved that faith and love can beat anything when one's heart is full. I am so proud beyond words. I wanted to share this video, which obviously we're not sharing in this, but you know, he's talking about how stay on it. Early detection is key, and that's facts. This is breast cancer that she beat, but with all forms of cancer, some spread faster than others. Like, just period, man. As you go on in this journey of life with age, get to the doc and have a doc that you rock with, that you listens to you, that you're comfortable with, that you respect, and, you know, like, that you trust, that you just have that good rapport and good relationship. There's a lot of flucked up ish about the MEDICALSYSTEM over here in the US of A. It's a business like everything else. I'm not saying everyone that's in that business is a soulless, greedy sack of ish, but the powers that be that pull all the strings and push everything into play are and do. You know, there is good docs out there though that truly care and are in it to help people and save lives and stuff. But where Bret comes from, cancer, I don't want to get like too political on this video. People in the US shit on Canada's system, but that's all cap and propaganda if you ask me, and I can't even reference it. That's how greasy and crazy it is of what we're speaking of. But in the US of A, there's a TREAT that doesn't even exist here, that exists in Canada, exists in Cuba. It comes from SEEDS's, no cap, right? Some organic material that is used. The stuff that they use in the US of A is like a last ditch effort in a sense, you know what I mean? But it's just wild. The motherfuckers in Guantanamo Bay could get it, which I think they shut that down finally. But in the US of A, you can't. And a lot of docs here don't even know about it. Like all my Canadian people out there, if you tap into this video, comment if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I swear to goodness, I can't even reference it on this. When I did a video on another channel back in the day about Alex Trebek, RIP to him, when he first found out and took some time away and fought the good fight and had some success and prolonged his life and actually came back, if I remember correctly, that's what he was fucking with. And I was talking about it, and they didn't striketh me down. They just ixnayed the VIDEO. It's crazy, man. But with all that being said, flood cancer, I'm sure more people out there, especially in this country, the US of A, than not have lost someone to that. You know, like if something else don't get you, the big C will at some point, it seems here. And it's just a horrible thing. It tears families apart. Me and my close ones within my family, we lost someone to it back in 2014, and none of us nor the family has ever been the same. It was terrible, man. Every day we cry about it. If we don't flat out burst into tears, it kills us, man. It truly does. So make sure you're getting them checkups and all that. But how outstanding is this for Bret? Great news. And something that I wanted to point out about Bret, and I guess you could say he's on the back end of life, right? The back nine. I believe, you know, not to get too spiritual and all that, but in this journey of life, like energy, good vibes and things like that is truly a real thing. And it seems Bret has been getting many blessings, because some years back I talked about this I talked about this in another video I did on this channel about Bret and his wife and everything. Third time's a charm, I think, with his marriage. And there's a 26-year age gap between him and his beautiful wife. And it's not, I don't think it's like, I know, creepy-ish. They're both consenting adults and well of age and all that. You know, I mean, to some people it's just hard to understand. I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? But like, we ain't gonna put that on Bret, put a weirdo jacket on him or nothing like that. But peep it, man. He's happy. He seems to be healthy. And people were saying that in the Triple H video too. Some people were like, man, how did he not forgive Trips, like I was saying and all that? There was different narratives out there, but one of the narratives, some people were like, oh, Bret Hart is just whiny and this and that, and I bet you he don't even have a woman, but he has a beautiful wife, and they seem to be happy together, and now a daughter who beat the big C. Shout out to the Hart family and all those related. And back to what I was saying about the back end of life, the back nine of life, if you will. Bret has been getting all these blessings. There was a time years back, you see in this message, he said he's a cancer survivor as well. And he also had a stroke some years back. You guys remember when he came back WWE around, what was that, 08, 09, 10 or whatever, and he won the US title and wrestled McMahon one more time. He couldn't even really take bumps. He was not in the greatest of health. And some Bret Hart fans got pissed at me on the gram once on a wrestling page when Bret wasn't looking so hot. I even was like, yo, no disrespect, but Bret's looking rough. You know, oh, you insensitive sack of ish. The man had a stridididididok, and I got someone close to me who had one as well. They recovered, thank goodness, very, very well. We're very fortunate, but that shit is no joke. And I let them know, like, yo, I'm not trying to diss Bret. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I'm happy to see him now. He's beat cancer. He's beat a stroke. He's happy. He's healthy. He's got a great marriage going on. And again, his daughter just won the fight of a lifetime. And it just goes to show you, I think, that like on this back end of life, Bret's got a lot of blessings and a bounty of good energy. You know what I mean? Like he's a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that was always part of his character. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. His gimmick kind of mirrored that of real life, that he's just like a solid stand-up guy. I was telling that to someone as well in the Triple H video that got clipped that I was just referencing, that like they were like, oh, you know, Triple H had more charisma and character and stuff like that as the Attitude Era had kicked off, and Bret would have been asked out if he didn't go to WCW. He wouldn't have fit in. But him in the Hart Foundation stable, which was some great creative stuff, man, with him and Owen Hart squashing their beef. R.I.P. Davey Boy Smith and Owen and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, all reconciling, and their heels in the US of A, but their faces in Canada. It was great. People loved it. And they, even with Bret still being the, hey, I'm a stand-up guy, I don't participate in garbage and bullish like you degenerate bastards, he still was cutting promos and having more of an edge to him. And I personally think he would have fit in the Attitude Era outstandingly. You know, it was happening. You know what I mean? It's a shame he had to go get that paper in WCW, and we know the way things worked out. Thanks Goldberg. You know, like Goldberg, I don't shit on him the way a lot of people do, but that was fucked up. Someone commented on that video that got clipped as well, talking about, oh, he didn't protect himself. Like Goldberg was reckless as fuck, and Bret even was like, man, please don't hurt me, and he got hurt. But there you have it, man. Outstanding news. Great to hear. God bless Bret and his family. Once again, subscribe to the channel, jump into the comments. It's all about talking it up with all you pro wrestling fans out there. Subscribe and stay tapped in for future blogs and news and live streams where you can call in as well on pro wrestling over here at WrestleQuest.